Hello and welcome back to Amnesia Machine for Pigs. I had previously actually recorded a full hour's worth of footage. Unfortunately, when I went to review the footage, I noticed an audio-visual desync between the game sound and game visual. So basically, you're hearing things 2 seconds before they happened, and this persisted throughout the entire video, making the whole video kind of annoying, and it would have been unpleasant to watch. So I'm going back to my previous save and I'm going to re-record what I recorded beforehand. So unfortunately you're going to miss out on perhaps some of these surprises, some of the scares, although to be fair I haven't already played this before. There aren't too many of those. So apologies about that, but I will try to recreate the original recording as best I can. So without further ado, let's continue from my save. I hope this is the right one. Yes, it is. So we had the creepy caller. Oop.
Quickly, Mandus, find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness, and the flood waters continue to rise.
Ooh, save the children. In order to facilitate a simulation of tissue group, a compound is required, or the cells will not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate using incineration, or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. Yeah, I bet. A simple compound of 1 part Brandenburg infusion vitae to 1 part organ monad dispersal fluid is sufficient. This can be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body it is highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. I wonder if that's a hint. Well, I guess that's a lamp. See, having cupboards like this, which you can open and close, but can't interact with the objects, it's kind of teasing you. It's like playing on the Amnesia Dark Descent kind of senses. Ooh, cool. Like playing on the Amnesia Dark Descent senses. The desire to, you know, fondle everything. Maintenance access. There is clearly another passage beyond these lock gates. It seems to have a choice of approach. The padlock is old but firm, and after that fall, I cannot summon the strength to break it open. Perhaps I can find another way. What a weakling. More unopenable cupboards, and lamp. Okay. Again, we have drawers we can open, but there's no reason to because there's nothing in them. It's a shame. The centrifuge. It's some form of bizarre mixing device for chemical compounds, and it positively reeks of foul fluids I've seen too often before. It's clearly a compound some volatile bastard of 2 composite ingredients. I would wager I will find them close by. The other downside about this game is it's very big on notes, and I'm bad on spoken exposition. So we've got 2 routes we can go. This way, low temperature storage. Holding pens. That's bound to be involved piggies. I'm just going to pause the recording and find out if this is recorded okay. On. Success! Recording looks good. Hopefully the audio-visual problem's gone, so I'll continue recording. Sorry about that, but it was necessary. I don't want to have to record this all over again. I'll go insane. I hear Piggy. Ooh! Ah! Where'd he go? Piggy? 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 So the way out, if I'm gonna need to know this, is that way. No, don't waste time. Cool. No piggies around here now, so I'm safe-ish. Ooh, Teddy! Take you with me in a minute. Took delivery another batch of imbeciles today. They're the sorriest specimens of humanity I've ever seen. No one asks where they go to. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce the overcrowding in their teeming, stinking halls. We measure their skulls, check their teeth, we give them laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes and filthy skin. Many saw themselves as they wait. Into manipulate they file in silence. I hear the hissing of gas, I hear the dull grinding as teeth are removed, as bones are reset. I hear the pigs screaming. We have removed all the mirrors after the process. In this, it is their reflections that trouble them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk amongst them. My children, I whisper to their dreams. You are my children now. I have children once again. And your forms imperfect will be the engines to make my own blood flow again. Children once again? What have you done with your old children? You know, the ones you're kind of looking for. Come on, Teddy. Protect me.
Over there. Place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hog, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
Ooh. Okay, can't go that way. Some evil swine. Swine. Pig pun. Shut the door on me. Ooh. Piggy! Piggy? Just a weird creepy voice on the phone. Any notes hiding around here? No. Good. I can do a bit without notes.
The lift has been sabotaged. You will have to find another way to the tunnel. Take care in this place, Bandis. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
Evil? We can't be in the tax office already. Surely not. Shock! Horror! Lots of holding pens and piggies. But they're piggies. Well, apart from that one. Ooh! Yay! Torpedo away! Right. Can't go through that way. There's steam. I love steam. Oh, obnoxious children alert. Teddy! Teddy, will you protect me from the evil piggies? Sorry, Teddy. Huh? Where'd that door go? There was a door right there. Qu'est-ce que c'est? At least I can go this way now. Hey! 'Cause before, if you come out this way, there's a piggy around. There was, anyway. Last way, didn't it? I came back the hard way. I had to sneak past the piggy. But I found a sneaky way back. Right, pick up my chemical compound, load it in, and go this way. Low temperature storage.
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me. To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, just take him out. You could dump him in the river for all I care.
Oh, charming. Mandas, you really are the epitome of, charity and compassion. Oh, another note. Inflamed it is, burning it does. Bleeding from each hole, fore and aft. Leaking down my legs, blood and excrement. My lungs are in my vomit. I pass clots of my organs now onto the filthy stone. Drink this, he says. And I did drink it. I did do that. Because of the changes, they ripple in me. My teeth sneeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all. Gathered what I can, push them back into my grey gums with my fingers. But the nails are all weepy and falling out. Drink it, he says. It will help the running of the fever, because not all of us can take the change. On the other table, a beast under a blanket. I never wanted to see under that, but he drank it too. He passed it under the blanket, and I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man shit so much blood and still live? I don't know, and really, I don't really want to know. I really don't like what crap he was pulling here. I love the way the levels change. There was a way out that way. Now, I know there's a piggy follows you on this route, so I've got to be quick. Here we are. Whew. Fortunately, that door's shut now. Whew. But yeah, I died the last time I done that. Not last recording, but last time I attempted it. Not that one. Oh, we have journals to read. So let's have a read. A heady brew. I have the compound. It hisses and steams in its container like some living thing. A witch's jelly to burn and corrode. The container is made from glass. A strange choice unless there is some particular reason why metal that pervades everywhere else cannot be brought into contact with the so-called Compound X. I should investigate further for clues. Oop. Pardon me. Yay! Success! Ooh, lad.
Down here, Daddy. Faster, faster.
Creepy children. Okay, this might be painful. The leaking world. All these nails and no wood. What kind of carpenter are you? The figure cannot help but open its arms to you. Where is the strength in that? Ooh, another note. October 22nd, 1899. Naturally, once bled, the product must be scalded, de-haired, and scraped ready for gambrolling and evisceration. For this, we must pass them through the steam reservoir, which is kept at a constant temperature by passing excess high-pressure venting from the engines via the boiler and a series of large copper pipes into a stone chamber just below the workhouse. At the center of the machine, there is a component that must be kept at consistently low temperature, which controls operations of the processing of the product throughout the system. Alongside this, refrigeration is of utmost importance in retaining product quality, and this also requires heat to be removed from certain areas of the machine. Two problems are therefore combined into a single solution: the removal of heat from some areas and the requirements for heat for increased heat in others. Conducting panels draw heat from using the principles of convection regulated by the boiler and sending freezing air along one set of pipes in one direction and superheated vapors in another.
Isn't it dangerous allowing this filthy discharge to collect so close to the core?
We can use the flow to drive the turbines. There will always be a torrent of excreta flooding through these tunnels. We can use this to supplement the steam production and ensure constancy.
Dear God, the stench! This fecal matter is the true product of the age.
Human beings are very good at shoveling shit. My mysterious friend is correct. The sewers are indeed flooded. To descend further, I'll have to find the local sluice pumps to drop the water levels. The smell is almost unbearable. It makes me gag. Why should the saboteur flood the tunnels though? What did he hope to achieve? Same thing governments hope to achieve. Unleashing their shit into the world. Hello. I know that sound. Thought so. It's one of those thingies. Let's go onwards. I'll try to avoid Mr. Piggy. Ooh. Bad choice of direction. Piss off, wanker. Aha! Pump room! Ooh, our freaky friend.
Faster, Mantis. Clear the waters. Open the way to the bilge pumps. We are waiting for you.
We? Who's we? August the 1st, 1899. Several of the older forms have breached their containment error and escaped into the sewers. They remind me of my limitations. There is no Kelm, and I am no Elihu? At least not quite yet. It is the heat generated from keeping the doorway open that is to blame. We cannot simply pack them about with coolant as we do with the centre where the doorway is. The later versions are kept safe by freezing temperatures of the towers. Up here, where the air is hot and fetid, they become overheated, and their duality tears them asunder. As the other place flies from their cells and the vitae splinters, they live sporadically, torn from one world to the other and back again in violent, unpredictable bursts. For a few seconds they are creatures of this world. Then they turn away and cease to have any physical form. This vicious ripping back and forth between worlds has driven them quite insane. I have ordered the affected areas sealed, and will not allow my loyal workers to enter. These are damned places now, the abode of failed experiments, ghosts of fear and spite. Onwards! Hello, Piggy. I don't like those things. I got the nasty suspicion I'm going to be running into one of them again soon. I don't like it. Where did Piggy go? Go this way? Might have done. Oh! I missed this first time around.
We can set them free. We can replace a rotten old world with a clean new one. Mr. Landis, you sound every bit the fanatic.
Well, how can I be otherwise, Professor? How can any man of ethics simply stand by and watch this world drown in its own excrement?
And your engineer. This visionary web who does he show?
Indeed he does. Indeed he does. The poor fellow has seen it all before. Now, this is not the first great civilization he has wept for.
And so you set about things immediately upon your return.
Naturally. These things cannot be left to rot upon the tree. And sponsors were remarkably easy to find. I tell you, Professor, a trail of greed brings rich men to your door like pigs to truffles.
What pig analogies? I'm the one who's supposed to be doing the bad pig puns here, not you. Oh, little note there hiding. I saw you hiding. February 17th, 1899. And I said, look, my darlings, can you see it? And they said, yes, Daddy, yes, we see it. A tall weathered cap of a steep-sided pyramid, so like those of Egypt. Stone falling away from the summit. Vines crawling about, intertwining the stucco serpents that drive around the steps. A palpable sense of stillness, a weight of forgotten. And this is where the king sat, and this is where the priests lived. This is the house of the dead. And here were the sun strikers, This is where they threw the hearts that were not consumed. No, my darlings. They most certainly were not savages, you see. They believed that the sky would fall on their heads, and they truly, truly believed that offering blood was the only way of stopping this from happening. Perhaps, my darling, perhaps they were mistaken altogether, or perhaps their tragedy was they simply did not spill enough blood to prevent the sky from falling in upon them. Okay, 1 minute, just going to pause, check recording again. All good? Sorry for doing that incessantly, but I really do need to make sure the recording's good. I don't want to have the situation where... Don't have the situation where the audio-visual desync comes in and I have to redo it again. Mandus, postdiluvium. That's done it. Now I can enter the strange decontamination chamber once more and move onwards. The waters are pushed back, making their way to the bilge clear, where I can divert the remainder of this filthy torrent back into the Thames where it belongs, and clear the path to the centre of the machine.
That's it, Papa. You're so near now.
Come on, paper. Ah, that's why. Ooh. Big piggy. I think. Yeah, it's a big piggy. What a meanie. What a mean big piggy. No food for you tonight, big piggy. A nest of wretches. Dear God, a whole nest of these foul creatures. No mind, my instincts have drawn me this far, and sure somewhere in this dark complex is a means of further descent. I will not see their faces as they go about their dark business, and yet, I watch them sleep and eat and play. They're so very human, so very childlike. I will not think of what I have seen, of the chairs and the cages. I will not think of how such monsters may be sculpted. Remember, work together, sleep alone. Fraternizing will not be tolerated. Aww. Piggy's playing with a ball or some sort of toy. What's in here? Oh, that's not good. Blood's not a good thing. Ooh! Sorry. I'll leave you to your whatever it was you're doing. You just sit there and be a good little piggy. Alright, way out. It's descend into darkness. Surely there can only be one dark descent. Yeah, I know, I'm terrible. Can't go that way. Oh, a bit of a drop here. Ooh, ow. Got a ladder that way. I can only go that way. Down and down and down we go. Where we stop, no one knows. Ladder to the left of me? Right me? Ladder to the left of me. Here I am, stuck in the middle with piggies. I've got to figure some way to entertain you while we make this boring descent. Someone better see to that poor piggy's indigestion. It's getting really bad. Ooh, almost fell down. Looks like we've reached the bottom. We have. That's the way out. From tide to spine. And who in this third, that shadow, that spirit child in the background, that barely formed, that changeling that almost lived, that never missed.
You seem to have undergone quite a profound conversion in Mexico, Mr. Mann. You could not have seen it yourself and not, Professor. As we disembarked, even through my fever, I saw the detritus of this so-called progress. I saw starvation and disease, rot and destruction polluting the waters of the Empire. We are ruiners, you and I, and all of us, and we make the world unclean. And you took it upon yourself to act as Redeemer. Professor, I would not be so presumptuous. I am merely a conduit. I am constructing an architecture to wrestle our damnation to the ground and smother it with steam.
He's here, he's here. I said you'd come.
The pump rooms. These must be the bilge pump rooms, and at the heart of the saboteur's effort. In order to keep his flood in place, you must have disabled these vast pumps. But he was clearly rushed. Thus far, he's left most of his work incomplete. His clumsy efforts reduced to simply switching off all he could find. If I can locate the controls, the remedy would be simple. Never say that. It's never simple. Uh-oh. I'm not going to give that thing any chance to eat me.
Ahead, the trickle to still waters. I dragged myself deeper into the temple, downward, heaven, towards a wind that held the voices of my children, beckoning me to set them free.
Little hallucination there. Did I miss something? Probably. Yeah, more cupboards when I can't do anything. With no loot, no goodies. Oh, all the cogs look in place. Ensure all wheels are in place in the correct operation of pumps. Yep, all wheels are in place. Turn the valve, start the machine! Yay! Ooh. Pigmask maniac's been around here again. That way. More journal. Valves and pipes. Another pump. It seems once again I must engage it. I cannot help but feel I'm trapped in some great game, focused to undertake endless Herculean labours for the promised reward of my darling children. Maybe. A long straight catwalk. What can go wrong? Oh crap. Whew. Whew, that's close. Na 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 na. No guy, bad guy. Don't taunt the monsters. There's a room up there. What's through here first? Ooh, more holding pens. Blood, that's not a good thing. More blood going down to there. What could be down there to generate all that blood, do I ask? Not that much. Oh! Ow! Ah! I see red! Red's not good. Rock. Ladder! Get out of here! That was dumb. And utterly pointless. Oop. Oops. That wasn't supposed to happen. So the pump must be up there. Ah, here it is. Cogs are missing. One here. One goes there. That should be it. Hey, pump started. Time to bail. That water monster thingy gets any ideas. The flood is drained, I have prevailed. The saboteur is beaten. My heart pounds with excitement, even as my head spins and shudders in fervorous anticipation. How this machine now throbs about me, sensing its rebirth is imminent. The final descent beckons me to enter, as Lily once lay on our wedding bed and summoned me into manhood. I wouldn't quite compare the two, but you know, I'm not here to judge. I'm not going to give that monster a chance, because I did taunt him, and he's probably very, very upset with me. Okay. Any notes? Well, this game loves its notes, but no notes. Just a way out. The children dancing. They pulled the child loose from the thrasher, or at least what was left. More where that came from, said the foreman, apologising for the inconvenience. How lovely. This is Victorian England, where it's all nice and child labour laws are so generous and protective of children. Oh, another note. March the 15th, 1899. Cold in my bunk, all sick and sweat-ridden. They clean my room about me, but I can only hear the voice from within, that gentlest of stones. It sings to me, and I dreamt of a great machine. We will build a new world from the ruins of the old. We will plant flowers in the rotten ribcage and let them grow to hold the sky from falling. I remembered how it whispered to me as we rolled sick and heaving. I remembered that when we pulled into Southampton, and we both wept, for it is every bit as much a desecration as it had been sung to me. Then we came to London, and I sat upon the mantelpiece. We went into the house, gathered the servants, and set about recrafting them. Then I went into the garden and buried those tiny shattered skulls under the weeping bulges of the rhododendrons. So, tiny shattered skulls means you've murdered your children. What a lovely gentleman you are. Father of the Year award coming your way, I can imagine. Another journal entry. The heart of the machine. And when they first said Daddy, my heart was molten, as if blood frozen upon the ground were held to the sun to thaw and slop. And they were inseparable, always together, one soul in two bodies, and my love was all-consuming. I would die for you, I whispered to their sleeping faces. I would kill, I would set this world to ruin to protect you. I fought through dark tunnels, great engines, and the foulest of beasts. I've set my confident and drained this flood, and I'm come for you now, my darling boys. I think you're a bit late there. Just a thought. Stop. No unauthorized persons to enter this facility by order of the management. Am I authorized? Don't really care if I'm not. I'm going anyway. Try and stop me.
You came then to London, and you set me upon a mantelpiece, and then you went into the house and gathered the servants and reset you and I on recrafting them, and then you went into the garden and buried those tiny shattered skulls alone.
That is rather ominous.
For your children, Mandus,
I'll say it's a mechanical engineer's wet dream. Just a guess. That's some sort of control room up here.
I tried. I tried so hard. I will uphold my promise. I will always protect them for you. My eyes are your eyes. My heart is your heart. I will rip them loose from this rotten world and set them to burn. All to save them.
Well, in that case, you've done a pretty shit job, because I've got a funny feeling they're not alive anymore, mate. Just saying. So, let's get this damn thing started up, shall we?
And they feel no pain. The process is completely humane.
Humane, Professor? That we judge the acceptable level of suffering by the human condition. Ask the beggar, Professor. Ask the orphan. Ask the whore. Ask the starving, Professor. The weak, the sick, the filthy. Ask them to define your humane.
Another journal entry. A final act of sabotage. That bastard has been here too. This is the epicenter of his meddlings, where it began. And this is where it will end. I will seek the source of this obstruction, and I will render this sabotage impotent once and for all. Good on you, Mandus. More ladders. Oh, I think that's what it's needed. Doesn't think there's anything else. Danger, Compound X. Highly flammable, highly corrosive, highly toxic. Great, and I was just wandering around next to it. That's going to probably shave a couple of years of my life. Anything else to do? Let's fire this wee beastie up. Ignition control. Now to find the ignition controls and start the machine once more. Elated, I stride forth upon these catwalks. I'm coming, my darlings. I have almost saved you.
Quickly, the air is thin. The little faces turn blue, Mandus. They suffocate, they suffocate.
Daddy, Daddy!
Now, Mandus, set them free. Set them all free. I live. I breathe again.
I rise. I will rise to bleach the sky and still the water. I will spin the world wheel and set the future upon the path to redemption.
Where are my children? You promised me my children!
My time is come. More pig. More pig.
Ah,
Boys.
children.
Boys, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, how pleasant. Amanda, saboteur, returning from Mexico, are struck again by London's filth, the squalor, the miasma, the rot. We should cut free the dead flesh, allow the wound to heal anew. So on that rather disturbing note, it's time to end the set. I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and have a good night.